And you know how Steppin with Marcus J, live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thanking everybody for rocking with us tonight. We had, as we do every single week, a super dope show. And we're moving towards the end of the show where we have our rants and we have our closings and we have our history moment. So I'm going to drop the history on us really quick before we close it out with our guests and their rants and their closings. Of course, and the First Lady will finish right before yours truly. But tonight's history, I remember when I was a young boy, and one thing that I always used to think was really cool was getting on a spaceship and going into outer space. Don't judge me, y'all. Don't judge me, but I always thought that was cool. I was always wanted like Star Trek and Star Wars and all of that kind of stuff. And tonight's person that we're speaking of is the first black female to ever actually get to do that, Dr. Mae Jemison. Today is her 60th birthday. Back in 1985, after returning from the Peace Corps, Dr. Jemison secured a position with Cigna Health Plans of California as a general practitioner. She had no plans at that point to do anything like what she ended up being known for, but she did start attending graduate classes in engineering and applied for the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's actually what NASA stands for. She asked for admission in the astronaut program. They, of course, didn't accept her at first. It was her second application in 1987 that was accepted. She was accepted as an astronaut candidate, and she became one of the 15 candidates accepted out of 2,000 applicants. Dr. Jemison successfully completed her astronaut training program in August of 1988, becoming the fifth black astronaut and the first black female astronaut in NASA history. And in August of 1992, Space Lab J was a successful joint U.S. and Japanese science mission, making Dr. Mae Jemison the first black woman in space. The cooperative mission conducted experiments in materials processing and life sciences. More information about the NASA mission STS-47 press kit. Mae Jemison is outspoken about the impact of technical advances in the black population and encourages all black folks to pursue careers in science and engineering. Dr. Jemison is based at NASA's Lyndon B. Johnson Space Center down in Houston, Texas. So today we celebrate the first black female ever to fly in outer space on her 60th birthday, Dr. Mae Jemison. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J, live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. So we're going to go around the room, get into our rants, and get into our closings. And at this point of the show, everybody can say whatever they choose to say, however they want to close out their last words for the night. Now, Sister Takara, you up first. What you got?
Okay, thank you. First of all, thank you, Marcus, for having me on tonight. I really appreciate it. And second, thank you for giving us that American history lesson about black history, because black history is American history.
Absolutely.
And my closing statement, since we're speaking about election, I think it is so important. Please vote. You have a voice. Do not think that your voice will not be heard. It cannot be heard. Know that you are making efforts to progress where we are now. We want to move forward as a nation, and we can't do this without you. Please think wisely where you want to place your vote. It's really important. We had a comment, and it's been floating all over, voting for the lesser of the two evils. You've heard of the analogy also of the glass half full or the glass half empty. I would encourage people to think of picking the glass that's half full, and if anything, we could always add on to what we have, but if we're thinking about starting again or rebuilding breaking down or rebuilding of things that may potentially be torn down or taken away. A lot of people's jobs are at stakes after 8 years of progression. So just keep that in mind. And we have a long way to go. And just because of this election, I wouldn't be upset, because we know one candidate's not going to win, and it's not going Donald's not going to win. Donald will not win. Please vote. So
You willing that
Donald
into
will not
existence.
win. He will not win. So please just keep in mind where you put your vote. And just for future reference, I think it's too late right now to think of the third-party candidates. For me, it's a lesson to research prior to an upcoming election. Yeah. We're less than 20 days away from the election. And a lot of people don't know a lot about Jill and Gary. I was going to say George. Yeah, Gary. So, yeah, just keep in mind and play to win the game. Play to progress. There could always be organizations that could help Hillary. I think Hillary is the best person for the job right now, and she's not the same person that she was years ago. And there are a lot of organizations around that are upcoming and growing, and change could still continue.
You got it. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Our featured guest of the night, our brother Jai Toller. Your turn, my brother. Final word of the night, rants and closings. What you got?
All right, I'll try to keep this very, very brief. I want to comment on something I said earlier. I feel like some people may have taken some of what I said earlier about my argument towards not voting is making a voice and not voting is making a statement. I absolutely believe that you should vote. Your vote does count. Let me say that. It will absolutely be better for you to vote even a write-in or even a third party. I choose that over not voting at all. So I'm not telling you have to vote for Trump or Hillary or even the third or fourth party or, Jill or Gary. You can vote for Mickey Mouse if you want to vote. But it absolutely is important to vote. So I definitely do believe that in my heart. What I will Takar, you said something about the glass being half full. I had a Facebook post a couple days ago about a glass of water being the pessimists look at the glass of water being half empty. The optimists look at the glass of water being half full. But I look at that glass of water and I say, "Stop it! Where's my Budweiser?" Shout out to Budweiser. They will endorse me soon.
Yeah. We shall call that into existence. Yes.
I will actually get them to pay me. Yeah, right. Earlier, Marcus said something about we were talking to his cousin. What's his name? I'm so sorry.
Nate Jones.
Nate Jones. Boom. Former cornerback for Dallas Cowboys and
others.
Oh, he played for New England Patriots. It's ironic. He was actually on the Patriots team that the Giants beat in the Super Bowl in 2011. So
sweet.
I got to give him the business about that. Yeah. And he played for the Broncos at one point as well.
He questioned Nate Jones about taking his helmet off during the game. An antic that Odell Beckham does, and they had a conversation about taking the helmet off, and whether that's good or bad. And my first thought was like, all right, well, it depends on if you want to have kids or not. Like, don't take your helmet off in the bed. Like, that was my first. So you keep your helmet on like this. All right, I'm sorry. I hate to do that for this final thought. But yeah, that's all I got. Please check me out, jayetoller.com, www.jayetoler.com. Please add me on all social media at Jayetoller, Jayetoler. Check out my podcast that I do with my brother Corey. It's called Off the Pad Podcast. You can Google Off the Pad Podcast, or you can go to our website, www.offthepadpodcast.com.
And don't hate me. Can you please shout out your sister?
Can I shout out my sister?
Yes,
I absolutely can. I love my sister with all my life. Like, why would I not want to shout out my sister? Please shout out Miss Yoshi Chisholm, formerly known as Yoshi Toller, but she got married 2 years ago.
Yes.
To a very good dude, Minister V or Vance Chisholm.
Yeah.
So her name is Miss Yoshi Chisholm. This is how you find her on social media. MZYOSHI. She is a dance instructor. She's co-owner of Anoshi Entertainment,
yes.
Anoshi Dance Studios, Anoshi Majorettes. This is her and her partner.
She helps the babies.
Yeah.
Babies. They're so cute. I just.
She also teaches adults. She has classes. She teaches adults and kids how to dance. She's a hip hop dance instructor, but with her program, they also do ballet and they also do other forms of dance. I don't want to mess up.
Yes. just look for her.
They
I just
do
wanted
more
him to
than
shout
hip
her
hop.
out.
They do more than ballet.
Yes.
You can Google Enoshi Studios or go to enoshientertainment.com.
Yes.
That is my sister. She's co-owner with another person. I love you, Yoshi.
Yeah, and I do love her a little bit more than you. That's why I wanted you to get her in there. But yeah, just to let you know, I do love you too. That's all.
Hi, Yoshi.
Peace, Yoshi.
Hey, Yoshi.
Word.
Ain't no ass step with Marcus J, live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thank you, brother. But now it's time for the First Lady, Legacy Internet Radio. Our sister and yours, comedian S. Lissa P.
Ow. Again, Legacy Internet Radio family. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. It has been excellent again as usual. Thank you for having me, Marcus J, in the Den. Takara, girl, it was so good kicking it with you. Glad that you're here.
Likewise.
I didn't really
I learned so much.
to you at the Peace Festival
No,
that
you're
you
fine.
hosted and you did
You're fine.
awesome at. But I'm so
Thank
glad that
you.
you're here in studio now. So it's really good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
My
It's
brother
good to be
Jai,
here.
Yo, I can't say enough about you. I mean, I can, but without seeming and feeling creepy about it, then I'll just say thank you. But yeah, thank you so much for taking your time out with your talents and your gifts to share them with the world to make people laugh when there's a time like now that we need to laugh. So
I left the $100,000 gig to be here tonight.
I know, and I appreciate that because I'm not going to pay you anything. So, yeah, that just goes to show the love. So, again, Legacy Internet Radio. You heard your guy here, Jai Tola. I again appreciate you. And like Sakara said, you all have to vote. We have to vote. We have to vote. We have to vote, period. November the 8th, we have to vote. We have to vote.
We have to vote.
Good night.
I agree.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J, live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. Thanking everybody for being here tonight. We had, an outstanding show as we do every single week. So I want to thank the folks that participated in the show tonight. Of course, our brother Tavon was with us earlier this evening. We lost him in an earlier segment, but thank you to him for being here. I got a sneaky suspicion that we're going to be hearing a lot more from that brother in the coming weeks and months here on Legacy and Net Radio. Hint, hint, hint. I want to thank, of course, our sister Takara for being here. It's always a great day when you join us. It was definitely a welcome surprise. Of course, the door is always open anytime you want to join us. All you got to do is say, I'm coming, and then the door will be open for you. We appreciate you. Of course, our featured guest for the night, our brother comic, Jai Toller, the legendary, and I had a lot of fun.
Sitting next to a legend.
Yes, sir.
Can I have your
I had a lot of fun building with you tonight. We talked a lot about the funny stuff and how we can actually get you on the stage and doing what you do, your craft. And I had a lot of fun going through all of that, but I had an equal amount of fun talking to you as men and as brothers as we build and we talk and we problem solve. And so I appreciate you for being here, and I appreciate what you do, brother. Appreciate
you guys.
Absolutely.
Indeed, brother.
Absolutely. Of course, special thank you to our guest on the live line. A couple of segments ago, our brother Nate Jones joined us on the show. A lot of good information that he shared his opinion about Colin Kaepernick and Odell Beckham Jr. and the Dallas Cowboys. We talked to him a little bit about life after football and what his thoughts were with regards to Donald Trump's comments about the locker room. So thank you to that brother. And of course, last but not least, certainly can't end the show without thanking the First Lady of Legacy Internet Radio, our sister comedian, that's Lissa P, for helping me produce tonight's show. And of course, she she booked the interview with our featured guest, so we definitely have to thank her for that. Yeah, man. She made sure that we had a dope show tonight. So definitely love you and thank you for taking care of that for us. Thank you to Melissa, Boogie Bynum, Bev, Cousin Terry, Justin, Shayna, Skip, Alex, Sonia, Hakeem, and Corey Marshall for letting us know that they were checking us out in social media. You're listening to the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio, Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J, which you can hear every single Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern until we finish. Tuesdays in Live and Radio. Wednesdays at Urban Serengeti. Thursday, All Throttle Radio. Fridays at Woke Squad. Saturdays, we play our replays of our aforementioned shows all day. We play reggae music all day and all night. Bob Marley and the Family Reggae Mix takes us into Sunday mornings where we play the gospel show, Amplified Gospel, all throughout the day, taking you right up to the 6 p.m. start of Twa After Dark. Legacy Internet Radio, 24 hours, sponsored by Free Spirit Enterprises, Live Action Captions, and our sister Jody Smith with JMM Music. At this time of the show, always make sure we profile a missing and or exploited child. Tonight is no different. We're looking for Trayvon Allen. Trayvon Allen is a black male, stands 5'9", 145 pounds. He's 15 years old. He's been missing since October 12th, right here in Henrico, which is a suburb of the capital city here. So keep your eyes open. He was last seen on October 12th wearing blue Navy shoes. If you've seen Trayvon Allen, please contact the Henrico County Police Department at 804-501-5000 or hit the website missingkids.com or call them by phone at 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. At this time, I'll close us out with my rant and my closing. And usually I end it by saying it has nothing to do with what we're talking about tonight. But I just wanted to finalize kind of some points that I had made earlier on in tonight's show with regards to my feelings on the coming election, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. And I think, and others, the way I phrased it, I think it's pretty clear that we're going to end up with Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. And we really have to decide which one of the two of them we can live with, because we're at a point right now where we're going to make history, and we have to decide how we want history to look back on us. Are we going to be the people who voted in a man who takes great pride in putting down folks and speaking nasty and vulgar and being mean and being a bully? Are we going to vote that person in to be the face of our country? Are we going to vote in a man who has never in his life at 70 years of age held an elected office? Are we going to do that? Or are we going to elect a woman who has spent her entire life in the public eye? There are many of us who have issues with her trustworthiness. There are many of us who simply don't trust her based upon some things that we've seen. But the reality is, with her, she's someone that you can't argue what her resume is. Former First Lady, former Senator, former Secretary of State. When you look at those two resumes, it really should kind of be a no-brainer which one you want to select. But it's just very difficult because of how polarizing both of them are. We have to decide how we're going to be viewed historically. I think that it would be very awesome to be able to share with our youth, particularly my 13-year-old child who has no memory of life, of not having a black president, who could potentially continue the next 4 or 8 years of not knowing what it's like to have a white male president. She has no concept of what that's like, because Barack Hussein Obama was elected when she was 5 years old, and potentially Hillary Clinton could be elected while she's 13. She can go from 5 to 17 with a black man and a woman president. And there's something to be said for that. I don't want anybody to hear my words right now and take this as a ringing endorsement for Hillary Clinton. It's certainly not what this is. But I need for folks to do like our sister Takara and like our brother Jae mentioned a minute ago. You need to make sure that you vote your conscience. You need to make sure that you go to the polls. And one of the things that we did not mention when we were talking earlier today throughout the night is that while it's important to look to the Supreme Court and which one of these folks were going to be elected to actually nominate folks, we also need to be mindful that when you go to the polls, whichever person you choose, whether it be Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, whether this is smart or not, most folks vote down the ticket, meaning pay attention to who's up for Congress and pay attention to who's up for Senate, and pay attention who's up for local sheriff and all of those things, your mayors and things like that. So we had a mayoral candidate on the show a few weeks ago. It's very important because this is your future. Whatever future you want, this is your future. And you need to be mindful of it because at some point we're not going to be here no more. And we want the folks who are in leadership positions in our country to leave our children in a better position than we are in currently. That is the Marcus's unrelated rant that tonight had a lot to do with what we talked about tonight. It's the end of the show, y'all. We're going to replay it in its entirety as soon as I can get it uploaded. I see you in there, Jimmy. Thanks for checking us out, Jimmy. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for listening. I want to remind everybody that independence is key